Well, namaste and welcome everybody. It's so lovely to be here with you all. What tremendous times we continue to be in. Lots of movement, lots of shifts, and then lots of, I don't know if stagnancy the word I would say, but lots of firm constructs still in place, right? Causing us to open into the grace of the movement without necessarily knowing what cracks it's going to move us through as the world continues to unfold and open and awaken. It's interesting. I don't remember who I was talking to about it, but this sense of, that we know there's the new earth, the new world, right? That's right there. And then there's the old earth and the old world, but we can't really jump from here to here, right? Like most of us don't have that ability. And so it's like we're still in the space of coming towards center, right? In this crumbling and then beginning. And yeah, it's really fascinating times to be alive and to be here. Whether it's blissful or whether it's uncomfortable, or maybe a little bit of both. So today I'm really curious to see what's going to come through. I was told that there's a couple mudras that we're going to be working with. And yeah, and from there, I really have no idea what's going to happen. So I'm really curious about it, as always. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we will all sort of bring through to bring into place. I think I'd like to start before we go into meditation or anything, as we start always, with our name, where we're from. And then if we have a word or a couple words that we'd like to share, to feel free to go ahead and do so. And we can just do it on our own.
I'll start, I guess. I'm Shivakami, or Margaret. I'm in Arrington at the moment, and in honor of a friend who transitioned yesterday by the name of Barbara Joy, I want to say celebrating beautiful joy, or beautiful Barbara Joy.
I can go. I'm Sean. I'm from Victoria, BC, and my words are nectar and bliss.
I'm Adeline, living in the Cowichan Valley on Vancouver Island, and my word is rebirth.
I'll go.
I'm Amanda. I'm in Montana, and my word is ready.
Hi, I'm Jeanette. I'm in Montreal, Canada. It snowed a lot here today. And my word is acceptance.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maria. I'm in Tampa, Florida. My word is clarity. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Julie. I'm from Mill Bay, Vancouver Island, British Columbia. And my words are discomfort and truth.
Hi, I'm Dana. I live in Maple Bay, British Columbia, and Vancouver Island. My word is patience.
I'm Kate, and I'm from Northwest Pennsylvania on Lake Erie. And my word is peace and gratitude.
And for any of those of you who have just joined, feel free, if you like, to introduce yourself, where you're from, and maybe a word for the day or the circle. And no need to either.
I'm Shelley and I'm in Edmonton, and my words are gratitude and emptiness.
And I'll call Wendy in because she had said if she was unable to make it, she's just connecting the audio. But Wendy is in, I believe, Shawnigan Lake, BC, and her words were contemplative healing. We also have Maria joining us from Duncan, BC, and she didn't give me any words, but she will be with us. We have Mukti from Michigan, whose words were moving forward. And we have Holly, who's in Australia with her grandkids, and her words are joy and I believe peace. And then we have Sandra, and she just moved back to Cowichan Valley, and her words are rainbow light. Welcome back to the Valley, Sandra. Lovely to have you with us. And Kim, Jen, do any of you want to share a word? Busy but good. Perfect. And Kim's up in Kitimat.
And I'm Heather from Connecticut. My word
Hi,
is my word is magnetic.
Beautiful. And I'm also going to call in Joycey and Areli. There might be a few other people I call in as we move through that usually join in with us. I'm Azrael, and I'll introduce Em first. She's in San Jose, and resilience is her word. Perfect. There's Wendy. Hi, Wendy. I called you in, but feel free to say hi if you want. Oh, you're on mute, so. Okay. And so my name's Azrael. I'm in the Cowichan Valley, British Columbia, Cowichan Bay. And my word is trust and radiance. I have two, trust and radiance. Okay. So why don't we settle into some silence for a few moments first? As I said, I do want us to open into a mudra. I'm actually going to turn my heat down first really quick. It's not snowing here, Jeanette, but it's been really cold for spring in BC too. And it did snow the other day. And so let's find a comfortable seat. Taking a couple breaths. And actually, before we close our eyes, we'll go into the first mudra. So the first mudra is one that you guys will have known already. Some of you will. It's called Vajrapadana mudra. It's one of my favorite mudras. And it's where you sort of hook the tips of your fingers together, and they just rest out flat with the thumbs out in your lap. So you can just rest them in your lap like that. So we're not like all the way in. It's just like a gentle, soft hook. And it's a space of grounded receiving the light, receiving that energy of heaven into the beautiful basket of our body, the beautiful space of our body. So as you find that gentle mudra, I'm going to invite you just to take a couple breaths, to close your eyes. Maybe sighing out as you soften into your body and soften into this space of being. And just noticing, how do you feel today in this body temple? How are you here in this moment? Allowing yourself to land into the bones and giving yourself permission to rest in the space of your body. Maybe even imagining that there are roots growing down from your sit bones, flowing down deep, deep, deep into the earth. If you're a good visualizer, you might even imagine them moving down deep into the caverns of the ancient ones. And even further deeper into the realm of the heavenly and earthly immortals. The earthly immortals. Imagine that your roots growing out of your sit bones were so ancient and so strong that they could tap down all the way into the core and the center of the earth. And then finding a deep conscious breath here. And breathing up from those roots, breathing this beautiful grounded energy up your back body. And as you exhale, letting the breath waterfall over the front of your body, watering the earth. Each inhale flowing the breath up. And each exhale, a gentle, soft flow, moving the energy back down. You can bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. And maybe take 5 or 6 more breaths like this. Allowing your eyes to be soft. And even with the deep breathing, allowing yourself to soften, to be present, to be here. And as you take one more breath, as you exhale, let that breath go completely and allow yourself to just be in this body and in this space. And imagine that all probably 25, maybe 30 of us that will be in this circle by video or here in person, that we were seated in a circle, in a grounded place in nature. Maybe I always go to a temple site. For you, it might be the forest, the red rocks of Sedona, anywhere that feels sacred to you. And just take a few moments to feel us coming together. And it's interesting because the word that's coming to me today, and it's not a word I normally use, but is the word that comes as warriors of light. So no longer initiates, but beings that are here to spread light, love, and conscious awareness through our actions and through our experience. And take a moment and look around the circle and see everybody in their brilliant light body. Feel the majesty, the grace of us all sitting together, opening to the pathway of the great mystery that we came in to surf and flow through. And take a moment and notice how safe you feel and how grounded, as if you were in just the perfect place at the perfect time, right here, right now. And then bringing your awareness up above your head. Maybe even just first bringing the awareness to the crown of the head, the space of the Sahasrara chakra. And imagine that from this space at the crown of the head, you could open up your awareness to all that lie beyond the beyond. And so maybe taking your arms, releasing the mudra, and just circling them up above you so that you are opening them like a funnel. And you can always look at me to see what I'm doing if you're not sure. And that as you open your arms like a funnel, you could bring your awareness up to the stars. Almost as if you could connect with your own personal star. A star that shines with a unique essence, color, and radiance just for you. And take a moment and just bathe in that light, bathe in that brilliance. And then look above it and notice all the angels and the guides and the light beings that are there. And we'll bring our hands and we're going to bring the tip of the thumb and the index finger together. And we're going to place this over our head just for a moment. So like horizontal. And again, feel free to look. Okay, inviting this beautiful light space. And then as you're ready, allow the light of the star and allow the light of the guides that have shown up for you today to start to flow through your crown, your brain, your throat, your heart, and down into the third, second, and first chakra, turning the triangle up and placing it in front of your third eye. And inviting yourself to receive the wisdom of this divine dance. Feeling light, feeling energy, feeling flow. And then bringing the tips of all the fingers together. So still like a triangle, but now it's all the tips. And placing this in your lap comfortably. Maybe in your belly. And taking a moment and noticing how illuminated you are. And as you look down in front of you, you'll notice there is a gift there. It might be in a bag or rolled up in velvet. And there's something for the journey that you are on, whether it be tonight or in the coming weeks and days, that is going to be helpful for you. And this gift, it's asking you to pick it up. So you can release the mudra and go ahead and just pick this gift up. And notice it. Might be something fun and shiny like a crystal. Or it might be something that's bolder, like a staff, cloak, a word. Just feel it, sense it, open to it. And trust that it will show itself when it is needed. You can place it down and place your hands down. Maybe if it was something you could wear, you put it on. And then before we sort of move down to the earth and get on with our journey, just take a moment Again, maybe connecting with each being in the circle energetically. Feeling the guides all around, below us, on our plane and above us. And perhaps noticing that we are at a pivotal space in the steps we are taking. That we are no longer waiting for the gateway to be open, but that instead it is time for us to be the gateway, to own the universal magic of our life. And to step boldly and with trust into the next moment in full alignment with our highest potential. And so notice if there's fear there, notice if there's excitement there, notice if you're just not sure. And just acknowledge whatever might be true to you. And I see us now turning away from the circle, knowing we'll be back together soon. But stepping out into the endless and vast space of this earth, of this grid, and of this collective. And so closing your eyes, I guess they're already closed, and just take a moment and imagine that you just stepped off a glorious cliff. But instead of dropping, free falling, you were flying. And let's just take a moment and allow ourselves to fly, to soar, to be. To trust. And with these soft eyes, I'm going to invite you from here, if you like, to make your way to lying down on your back. We're not going to do any shaking today. I like to sometimes put my legs up on a chair. You might like to just put a bolster underneath you. Where is it that you'd like to go and be? And I just lost the screen. Okay, perfect. And give yourself permission to just arrive there. To find this space that is so unique to you. And maybe noticing that it's where you landed. It's exactly where you needed to be. Divinely perfect. And allowing yourself to open your palms up to the sky and to take a big, beautiful breath in and to exhale. Open your mouth and just sigh it out. And maybe you haven't landed yet. Maybe you're still floating. Maybe you're in the space of the unknown. Wherever you are, I'm going to invite you to take your consciousness, to take your vision beyond this earthly plane, and to open to the space of the crystalline grid. and to see and feel that you are divinely held. Each of us resting now, either in a pod or perhaps a woven bed of light. Something that is so alive, so awake, and yet so grounding and peaceful at the same time. And just take a moment and allow yourself to be held. Notice the colors of the grid. Notice the texture. And we're all being invited now to allow this crystalline grid to expand into a sacred room, the top floor of a sacred building. And in this sacred room, there's something that looks like a float tank, only it's clear. And the water in it is a rich color, whatever color calls to you, maybe a purple, green, or a rose. And we're being invited to allow ourselves to go and rest in this tank of light, of liquid energy, sacred nectar. Notice that the room you are in has many windows and it's very bright. Beautiful natural sunlight. And you're being asked to dip yourself into this color, not just to nourish and to restore, but to open to the wisdom of some of the higher energies of the frequency of that color and of the energy that you are here to radiate. No longer the initiate. You are being asked to put a cloak on of sacred colors, of sacred light, so that you may shine so brightly, so you may believe so greatly in the experience, in the truth, and in the path, that you create a wave of love everywhere you go, and that you drop your own unique magic into every encounter that you have, times a billion. You already do it, but times a billion. And as you lay lying in your sacred room, in your sacred home all over the world, I'd like you to now imagine that you are fully infused by this light. And that the time has come for you to step out of this sacred space. And you walk up the stairways to the top of this beautiful building, this temple. And there's a sacred altar and fire in this beautiful courtyard. Each of us in our own space, our own unique residence. And there is a priest, a priestess, a shaman, a guide, angel. See it more in sort of human form than light form, but you might see it very differently, tending to this fire. And you are asked to sit in front of the fire as this beautiful being smudges you with the smoke of sacred frankincense, myrrh, amber, Palo Santo, and sage. And you receive this blessing. And you open your palms up in a gesture of acceptance and of connection. And you notice that you are not just you in this moment, but you are 1,000 incarnations of you. The many lifetimes you have lived, the many ancestors that you carry through your genetics. And you notice all the innocence, all the beauty, all the sweetness of each and every one of these beings. No matter what they did, who they were, or how they lived. And you feel your heart bursting wide open, knowing that you, in this moment, are the gateway. You are the key. And as you look off the rooftop, you see so much beauty in the nature, the space, and all that is here. And as you sit, you know your time to move is soon to come. But there's a few attunements to come yet. And so the first one is going to be just working with our breath. We're going to work with a fast or rhythmic breath, breathing in and out through the mouth or the nose. And noticing if there's any area in your body or being tonight that's feeling tender or gentle or stuck or needing more awareness and more heat. And wherever that area might be, just bring your attention there as you breathe. We're not forcing the breath. We're not sending the breath there. We're just bringing our attention there. For me, it's the root and the sacral. It's how can I ground more fully into this body as I own this energy of being the warrior of the light. Give yourself permission to open up into this greater flow and this greater space of energy and awareness. Notice how the energy starts to flow through all your chakras, all your energies, all your beings, so that you become transformed into a being of light. Feel this energy flow and radiate, and notice that your boundaries of the physical form are no longer as firm as they used to be. And it's very interesting today because I don't know that we're going to be going into earth. I don't know that we're going to be going into heaven. I get the sense we're going to be going out into the world. We're being prepared to embody this light in our day-to-day, knowing that we are the ancients of the earth, that we are the light beings of heaven, and that we are here in these bodies to be the channel for the divine, to be the keepers of the field, and to remember, keep breathing, to trust, and to allow. And release. Let yourself go. Don't hold anything back. Let yourself feel the sensation. If there's emotion, feel that. If there's discomfort, feel that. And if there's joy, feel that. Let yourself be free. Let the energy move through you instead of you trying to contain it. And then taking a couple deeper breaths. As we breathe in, let's breathe into our body. And as we exhale, breathe down through the feet. So we're going to breathe in. The breath can come from the sky. It can come from your heart. It can come from wherever. As you exhale, let that breath flow down through your legs, through your feet. Empowering your lower body, empowering this physical form. Giving yourself the strength to walk your truth and to handle any craziness that life throws your way. I bet if we rose our hands, we'd all raise our hands saying something's crazy happened this last 6 months. One more breath. And then bring your awareness to your belly button. And notice that your belly button is glowing, beautiful, brilliant gold. Maybe a little dark blue in there. And feel the radiance of your belly. Feel the richness of your belly. And imagine that you could stick your hand to your belly button. And in that belly button, out came a key. And this was a key that was unique to your doorway, to your path. And it was a beautiful key, ancient and yet glowing, filled with light. I'd like you to place this key someplace, maybe a pocket, maybe around your neck, but just to have it handy. Because there's going to be a time when you need that key. And this is the wisdom of your own being giving you exactly what you need. Notice your solar plexus and your heart. Let's all take 5 breaths into the heart. And as you exhale, let the breath move down the arms, out the hands. What color is your heart shining today? And how bright are you? In fact, allow your hands to collect so much of this colored heart energy that they're just shining with like a puffy sort of cotton candy-like color. And then wherever you are, go ahead and take your hands and just spread this heart love all over your brain. So I'm not actually touching my head, but just sort of like giving it Reiki strokes. Energy healing strokes. Maybe your throat. Maybe you want to cover your whole body in this beautiful color, painting yourself with the light. Mine was pink, rose. And feel the smile that brought you. Just take a moment and relax. Know the time for movement is coming, but for right now, let's all take a moment or two in just silence. Just being here now. Just taking a moment to feel your joyful heart and the beautiful space of your being. And then before you know it, you're being called to a gathering. There's a gong or a singing bowl playing in the distance. And it's calling you to come forth. So follow the sound. And you may float or fly there, you may walk there, or you may just magically appear there to this place where the gong or the bowl is asking you, inviting you to come. And notice that you've arrived in the middle of a field. And we're all together again. All in different colors cloaks with different kinds of keys. We almost look like travelers, right? From like a, I don't know, rainbow gathering or something. Coats of many colors. And in the middle between us is a maypole. Or a maypole-like thing. It's a little bit shorter. And instead of ribbons, it has energy lines. And there's an energy line that's calling out for you to hold, to connect with. And so take a moment, and if this feels too much energy for you, you can definitely imagine a ribbon. And take this energy line out as far as it'll go. So we're standing in this circle with like spokes of a wheel. And then take a moment and feel your line. Feel your unique essence and the unique gift of light and of love that is asking you to weave it with the whole. What color is it? What does it look like? Is it thin or is it bold? Just noticing. And then when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to start to dance or weave it with the other threads. And you might notice that the pole is gone now. And instead, we're just in a circle with this sacred grid of light, of crystalline. And so how does your thread want to be woven? And what does the group of us create when we come together with sacred intention? Take your time. Noticing there's a beautiful geometry being formed, a sacred web of life. And when it feels concrete yet flexible to you, I'm going to invite you to very gently and very softly lie down on it, noticing that it is way big enough for all of us to have as much space as we need. And take a moment and receive the gifts and the wisdom from this grid, from this space. Flexible like a trampoline, soft like a spider's web, awake and open like our soul incarnate. And I was mistaken. We are going to lift up into heaven. As this beautiful grid starts to float upward and upward, taking us up past the highest trees and moving us higher and higher past the clouds into the space, the stars, and even higher up into the space with the celestial beings. And allowing ourselves to rest here for a moment. Noticing starlight, but it's of a different color and a different quality. And feeling the wisdom, the size, and the energy these amazing beings, the star lions, the rainbow light warriors, the angels. And then if you notice, you'll notice that your higher self is there too. And you're being asked right now to just receive, feeling a rainbow being at your feet, pure white light with all the colors in it. Holding your feet. And in your shoulders and your head, a divine being of light. For me, Jesus holding my head. You might have many more guides around you. Just give yourself permission here to receive. And above each one of us is a sacred symbol. Perhaps the Merkaba, spinning, Sri Yantra, circle, heart. What's there for you? And there is a guide attached to the sacred symbol, and they have a message for you. Something about your next steps. For example, I have Saint Germain, and he's telling me that the greatest work I can do right now is to trust in the path. And that is not about me figuring out what to do or how to be of service, but in being, that is enough. What is your guide sharing with you? And notice that the sacred symbol or sacred geometry starts to move. This Merkaba is like burrowing its way into my heart. Give yourself as much time as you need to receive. The star lions are going around right now, and each of us is getting an activation from them at the crown. Still held by the beings of beautiful white and rainbow light. Giving yourself permission to just receive. We are going to be silent just for a few minutes before we go into more breath work. So I'll probably talk, but if I'm silent for 2 or 3 minutes, just let yourself rest. Let yourself receive. Let yourself be. Hear the song of the stars, of the lions, of the light. Trust in the process, even if you don't feel anything. And then notice that as you look around you, there's a staircase going down. So you might climb off this web, knowing we can always come back to it if needed. And walk down this beautiful staircase to a room. And in this room are your ancestors. Maybe first your immediate family, your parents and grandparents, your children, brothers and sisters. But noticing that around them, many, many, many more. And in this place, just take a moment and allow yourself to radiate the love and light you are. Allow yourself to gaze upon these beings with true grace and no judgment. Let yourself feel whole inside so that they can receive the healing that your light brings. And there may be a few members of your family that you even want to take time with and just look in their eyes. That you can smile with and laugh with or cry with, but in a place of peace and understanding. And then as you look down, you feel a little hand grabbing you. And there's this beautiful, sweet, innocent child there. Maybe a reflection of yourself. It may be a child you don't even know. And this child's inviting you to go down another staircase. And as you move down this staircase, you enter a room with a pool. And that pool might be very big, or it might be just a little bathing pool. And you're asked to step into this pool to fully rinse yourself and to rinse anything that is no longer serving you. Almost like a baptism. Letting go the shame, the fear, the sadness, the needing to know. And then stepping out of that pool and walking forward into this beautiful and ornate door. Many tiles, many colors all around it. It might look ancient, or it might be from another world. And notice that this door has a keyhole. And allow yourself to find your key. And when you're ready, open this door. And step through it. and allow yourself to arrive wherever it takes you. Might be dark, might be the unknown, might be shimmering gold. Just trust where you're led. Maybe taking a seat. And if it's dark, lighting a candle. Looking around the space. And noticing what it's like to be in something, someplace new. And noticing if there's any wisdom here for you. Or anything that's wanting your attention. What did this door open inside of you that wants acknowledgement? And just sit again with whatever is there. It's not about it being pretty or beautiful. It might be, but it might be clunky. It might be something old. Might be something new. Feel free to look around and see if there's another doorway or gateway. Maybe there's a few different options, different opportunities. And notice where you're drawn to. For me, I've got a gateway that opens up into a really happy, blissful, peaceful, ordinary life. It's beautiful. And then I've got a doorway that opens up into a black, starry unknown. I know where I need to go. What about you? Where are you being called to step? Trust and follow your path. And so wherever you're called to step next, please do so. And notice that you're back in the sacred space of the forest or the temple. That you're back in the space that we began. And that whatever choice or doorway you moved into and took, it was perfect. As it set both the space and the tone of where your heart wants to go. And it also brought you back into this sacred space of nature and of life and of light. And as we sit in our circle once more, I'd like you to place your left palm up and your right palm down. And I'd like us to all hold hands. As we're lying down, looking up and seeing that beautiful sacred grid of light and energy swirling through the air that we created. Or that perhaps was woven by us. We didn't create it. and feel it shining its light through the entire universe. And we're going to move into that fast breath again. Holding hands, creating a circle of light so strong and so big that we can make a wave of love and joy, acceptance and peace, trust and alignment flow out into the entire universe. Breathing so fast and so rhythmically that we are opening to higher powers, we are opening to higher space, that we are creating a tidal wave of consciousness, that we are not just a drop in the ocean, but that we are so much more. Keep breathing, keep going. Shining from space, we would look like a ring of beautiful, beautiful white light. And let the breath go. Let yourself soften. Let yourself rest, still holding hands. Feeling the earth underneath us. Feeling our guides all around us. Knowing we can go back to that sacred temple space anytime, or that we can go up to the higher realms anytime. But right now we're here together on earth as humanity. So let's take a couple breaths, breathing in, and as we exhale, letting the breath flow through our hearts. Again, finding that heart color, finding that heart space, and as we exhale, letting it shine through both our hands. Turning this into a circle and a wheel of light and of pure love. Allowing ourselves once more to move past the boundaries of our bodies, to move past the boundaries of our mind, and to give ourselves permission to open into the fullness and the beauty and the truth of this moment, of this breath, of this life, of this space. The time is now. And you might feel yourself ascending up to the sky again, or you might feel yourself in the meadow. It doesn't matter. We are connected. We are one. Let yourself be the radiance. Let yourself be the beauty. And one more breath. Let it go. Still holding hands. There were one word you wanted to share with the world today. There was one word you wanted your essence to sing. I'd like you to breathe it in, and as you exhale, send it out through your right hand. Maybe receiving a different word through your left hand from your neighbor. And then sending that out through your right hand. Love, peace, joy, acceptance, surrender, alignment, truth, grace. What other words are coming to you? What words are being passed around the circle right now?
Inhaling in a word, exhaling it out the right hand. What are the words? What is the energy we would like to see birth? Let it go. Taking a moment and squeezing the person's hands next to you. Honoring each being in the circle for the light they are. And then releasing your hands, turning the palms up. And giving yourself the invitation to just radiate the light and love that you are. And we'll do this for about 5 minutes or so, just resting here. Letting this energy move through you. Letting the light dance and allowing whatever happens to happen, just as it needs to. Letting yourself be. Letting yourself radiate. And then with your mind, I'd like you to take your awareness to different times in your day, maybe in the week to come, where you can show up as this radiant being. Where just in being you, you can be the key that unlocks the consciousness of this awakening world. So it might be at your job, at your dinner table, might be at yoga, or on a walk, at the grocery store. Just imagining carrying this resonance wherever you were to go. And if there's anyone in your life that's in need of support right now, anyone in your life that you would like to just send love, imagine they were with you here right now. And shine your love and your light to them. Let them be embraced by the beauty that you are. And if there's anyone in your life that you would like to connect with, that you haven't been able to see or hug, be with in a while, take a moment now and just sit with them. Send them love, a hug, or just look in their eyes. Let their heart feel your heart. And then take a moment and see each being in this circle. I won't remember everyone's names today, so just see the names, see the faces. For those that didn't have their cameras, see their typed words. And look into each of their eyes deeply. And feel the recognition and the resonance. Feel the beauty of your shining heart. And we'll take a few more minutes to rest, just giving some gratitude to each other, to this world, to this crazy time we're in, to those that challenge us and those that bring us joy, and to yourself for being exactly who you are. I love each and every one of you. Your presence is such a gift to this world and such a gift to this life. And so as we prepare to arise, know that you can definitely stay seated or lying down. And know that you might feel quite altered. It's actually quite an interesting journey for me today. This is different than what I've done before. And I feel like our cells are integrating a lot of light. And we'll notice in the days to come some big shifts in our energy in its field. So be gentle as you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretching out a little bit. Or wiggling from side to side. You might bring your knees into your chest. Eventually rolling onto one side. And just taking a few moments and minutes here to just rest. Noticing if there's a word or an intention that you'd like to resonate with for the rest of the evening. And then slowly and gently making your way up to seated. And I think I'd like for those of us that are arriving together to just place our hands down in our lap and to close our eyes and to just maybe take 5 conscious breaths. Maybe inhaling up the back of the spine, down the front of the body. And then letting the breath go. And opening the eyes. And so, yeah, that was interesting. It was an interesting one for me. So I look forward to seeing the integration. There's definitely a lot of light coming through. And yeah, just allowing yourself to really be who you are. And trust that that path will become clear. So what was I going to say? We'll finish as we began. Our name and a word, if you feel inspired.
I'll start. First of all, thank you all. And from my first word of clarity came strength. From strength came peace. Thank you.
It's Sean, and My word is integration.
Mhm.
Dana, my word is peace.
Shivakami, my word is primal release.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Adeline, and my word is home.
My name is Julie, and my word, acceptance.
I'm Kim, and my word is quiet.
I'm Heather, and I just want to thank you. That was beautiful. I love being part of this tribe. I think my word would be, yeah, I like quiet and silent and peaceful and ready for rest.
We have M with playful creativity, Jen with heart song, Sandra with shine. And Jeanette said, thank you, her dog went nuts. So she was present with most of it, but it was time for him to go outside. I'm Azrael. My word is love. So thank you all so much. This will be posted on my website. So if anyone wants to rewatch it, just let me know and I'll send you an invite link to do so. And yeah, keep riding those waves, but trust in your process, trust in who you are, trust in the light, even as we move through the shadows. So, you know, it's one thing to really be in the light, which is great, but sometimes with the amount of light that's coming in, there's a lot of purification, right, that happens. So if you're having some uncomfortable times, allow that and know it's all part of the process of becoming. So much love. Namaste. Okay. Bye. Love to you all. Bye, Amanda.